Are you suffering from the open tray issue on your Xbox 360? If you are, today I'm going to show you how to fix it for $5. Stay tuned. On an Xbox 360, when you put a new disc in, typically the drive reads the disc, detects which game it is, and displays an icon on the screen telling you can play the game. However, with the open tray issue, your DVD can't actually read the disc. Let me show you. When you put the disc in, all it does is tell you to open the tray again. As you can see, with the game disc in the drive, it's still saying to open the tray, meaning that the Xbox can't read the disc. The easiest way to fix this would be just to replace the DVD drive. However, a DVD drive in an Xbox 360 is tied to the motherboard, so it can't be replaced. The only way to replace the DVD would be to desolder the circuit board from the bottom of the DVD drive and solder it to the new one. What I'm going to show you how to do is to fix the DVD drive that you currently have by replacing the laser. Now, while soldering is still required, it's not as much and it's fairly easy. Let me show you how to do it. We begin by disassembling our Xbox. Please see the video in the description for instructions on how to do this. The drive comes out by simply lifting it up, unplugging it, and removing it from the case. Remove the 4 Phillips head screws from the bottom of the drive. Remove the bottom cover of the drive by prying up at the locations shown here. Now flip the drive over and remove the top cover. Here's a look at the new laser we're going to be installing. These can be purchased for about $5 on eBay. I'll leave a link in the description. These ship with a solder ball on 3 contacts on the PCB that we need to remove, located here. To remove this solder ball, simply heat up the solder and remove it with the tip of your soldering iron. You can use soldering wick if you have to, but I didn't here. Make sure while you're doing this not to melt the connection for your ribbon cable. Now slide the tray all the way open. These are the screws that we need to remove. These screws hold in little clips that retain the guides that the laser rides on. Make sure to keep these clips in order and remember which positions you remove them from. Now we remove the screw that attaches the linkage from the worm gear to the laser. Once the screw is removed, you can simply lift the linkage out of the way. Now disconnect the ribbon cable from the back of the laser. We want to remove this guide first by pushing it to the side and gently sliding it out of position. Be cautious not to bend the one remaining clip with the inaccessible screw. The remaining guide should slide right out with the laser. Pull this guide out of the laser, but be careful, it can be in there really tight. Now grab your new laser and be careful not to touch the lens. Now gently install the guide that you removed from the old laser. Gently put the laser and the guide back into position. Use a pair of tweezers to hold the laser in the air so you can slide the other guide back into position. You will need to get the other guide underneath the clip with the inaccessible screw. Be very gentle doing this as to not break anything. You can use a pick as a pry tool in order to maneuver the other guide into position. Gently move the laser in order to make sure that it doesn't bind on the guides. Now we reinstall the clips in the same order that we removed them. Be very gentle with these clips and take your time. I used a pair of tweezers in order to help me put the clips into place. Now use some super glue gel in the center hole in the bottom of the laser. I've installed several of these lasers and every single one of them strips the screw, so I use the super glue in order to hold the screw in place. Use your pick in order to make sure that the super glue goes all the way down into the hole. Now lower the worm gear linkage into place. When installing the screw, do not tighten it down. It will strip. Our goal is to only screw it into place and the glue will hold it in. To install the ribbon cable, after you slide it into position, you want to gently move the retaining clip into place. Now close the CD tray halfway. While we are here, we are going to change the belt for the eject motor. It's a good idea to do this because a lot of Xboxes have a problem ejecting their CD-ROM, and this is why. To remove this belt, simply grab a hold of it and stretch it out of the way. The installation is the reverse of the removal, just be careful not to break the belt. I will leave a link to these belts in the description. Now close the CD tray. Now replace the top and bottom of the CD-ROM case. Now replace the 4 Phillips screws that you removed in the beginning. I would recommend replacing the power and SATA cables before you lower the DVD into place. Now gently lower the DVD into place and we're done. And just like that, you have a perfectly functioning Xbox 360. It should be able to read any disc you put in it now. There we go. It's time to play some games. If this video was helpful to you, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. Thanks again.